Hey guys, it's Ben, coach of the Baltimore Oriolus, here with IBL Week 9. We're taking on Phantombass, coach of the New York Cosmogs. Tyler's a very good pal, so this is going to be a fun game, except that Tyler's a really good player. I don't remember what his record is right now. I think he's 6-2. Don't quote me on that. I might be 5-3, I don't know. But yeah, he's a really good pal, a really good player. And as I mentioned in my video last week, my upcoming games are like Tyler, Kress, Darude, and Jacob. It might be in that order, I'm not sure. But there are 3 L's in there. So after our disappointing loss last week, we are currently sitting at 500, and the playoff race is pretty tight. Right now, Darude and Techno are leading our division by far. They're definitely going to get the first 2 spots. It's a matter of who's getting the last 2 spots. And right now, it's a race with me, Rio, Austin, and Goldoa. Any of us could potentially get the spot. So, gonna try my best. Maybe I can pull out some upset wins in the next few games, and maybe I can squeak into playoffs. So, let's talk about Tyler's team. Where's Tyler's team? He has Kartana, Hydreigon, Toxapex, Necrozma, Mega Aerodactyl, Aromatisse, Vikavolt, Piloswine, Klinklang, Monferno, and Swoobat. Z captains are Kartana and Klinklang. So let's hop right into the team we're bringing. First up, we have Infernape, because holy crap, Infernape rips this team to shreds. So we got Swords Dance, Mach Punch, Earthquake, Flare Blitz. That's all the coverage I really need, because I'll obviously need Mach Punch for priority. Mach Punch is hitting Mega Aerodactyl, that should one-shot after rocks. Earthquake is hitting the Toxapex, he's probably going to be Shookaberry, but at the very least, it will pop that Shookaberry, maybe I can like pick it off on a switch. Mach Punch is good for the Hydra, which I don't expect him to bring. Mach Punch with the Kartana. Considered bringing Special Infernape so I could Vacuum Wave the Kartana, but if Mach Punch is killing a +2 anyway, so there's really not much of a point of running Vacuum Wave and running Special. And I really need Flare Blitz so I can hit, like, you know, Aromatisse, Vikavolt. Piloswine is kind of annoying, because I can't one-shot it with any of my moves. Probably not a +2 either, I don't know, it's hard to say. If I had close combat, that would be a go-to, of course, but I don't have the move slot for it, because I need Earthquake for the Toxapex. So yeah, I can set up a Swords Dance on a Switch, and this thing just goes ham. Except we got Steelix. What's that bulk for? What does he have on his team that I would need Steelix for? He's got the Aromatisse, I kind of walled that. He's got the Piloswine. That's actually, now that clicks Earthquake in front of me. What else does he have? Vikavolt. Might be for the Vikavolt, might be for Necrozma, might be a little bit of both. Might be for Kartana, I don't know. This thing is a decent wall for... Oh, it's for the Aerodactyl. Duh, I'm stupid. But it's a pretty decent wall for like his entire team. Checks a lot of mons. I am running Heavy Slam over Gyro Ball, so I can hit the Aromatisse and not get totally walled by that and not be set up for it, because set up Aromatisse is pretty decent, and I know Tyler knows it's a thing. So yeah, I have to run Heavy Slam for that reason, and because I'm not running Gyro Ball, I am a little bit scared by Hydreigon, because it's not taking anything from a Heavy Slam or an Earthquake. Of course, Earthquake because Levitate. So I am running Dragon Tail on Steelix. That also helps me, like, you know, get more Rocks Chip on other Mons and crap. Next up, we got a Limamola. Fizz Def, of course, as always, and Rocky Helmet for, like, he's got the, Klinklang. Oh, right, yeah, I have Rocky Helmet for the Klinklang, because that's a scary boy. In case it starts setting up, and he wants to go for, like, a return or a wild charge, he'd be taking a lot of extra damage. In hindsight, just the Rocky Helmet for Klinklang probably doesn't make a lot of sense, and maybe lefties would have made more sense, but what's done is done, doesn't really matter now. Suppose Aerodactyl is also taking chip, he wants to click, like, Aerial Ace. But I really need a Limamola so I can heal up mons like, you know, Steelix, and that's about it, just Steelix. I have enough attack investment to break a max HP Hydreigon sub with Wake Up Slap. Yes, I actually just said that out loud. Next up we have Mew, Nasty Plot, Psychic Flamethrower, Roost. Psychic and Flamethrower, as you, of course, Hydra basically walls, but like I said, I don't expect him to bring Hydra, and I would much rather run Flamethrower than something like Aura Sphere or Dazzling Gleam, because I was looking at the matchups and the calcs, so we got Psychic there. That does not hit Hydreigon, Necrozma, Klinklang, and well, Swoobat's not a Pokemon. But I really like the extra damage on Kling Kling, just so I'm not like too scared by it. And also Vikavolt. Vikavolt is important as well, because you know it's actually weak to fire and doesn't take like just neutral from. I mean, it takes neutral from Psychic, but the extra fire damage is nice. Also, well, I mean, Kartana's not going to switch in anyway. I thought there was another reason I had Flamethrower on this set over Dazzling Gleam. I don't know. But the extra damage on mons like Kling Klang and Vikavolt is really huge. So if we can just set up a nasty plot, Mew just really rips through this team. Except we have Rotom. This thing is basically my dedicated Piloswine switch-in. It's kind of weird since Piloswine, no, it's not too scary from an offensive perspective. But I mean, it really is just like a baby Mamoswine, and Mamoswine switch-ins don't exist, so kind of have to prep for it. Like I said, Piloswine's not the most powerful thing in the world, and it's usually defensive, but still, I do want to switch into it. So this Rotom, I believe it can take 2 Icicle Crashes from Max Attack, Adamant, Piloswine. And, you know, I can switch in on rocks and defog them away. I can Will-O-Wisp it. Not that he would let me Will-O-Wisp it. He would probably just pull the switch. But I can also, you know, just predict the switch and click defog. So this Rotom's a really nice check to the Piloswine. It gets walled by, again, Hydra. And I really did under-prep for Hydra, as, as you'll see. And last Mon is Whimsicott. This is a really aid set, once again. Substitute Cotton Guard, Leech Seed, and Moonblast. So this is basically the set that I brought against Austin, except for the Cotton Guard over Encore. Because what does he have to really break it? So looking at his roster, okay, he's got Kartana with Smart Strike. Sure, that's going to be doing good damage, but I have priority Cotton Guard. If I get 1 up, it's not really doing all that much. I seem to remember the calc saying it does like 37 to 44. Don't quote me on that. And if I can get up a second Cotton Guard, it's doing like nothing, and I can just sub up in front of it, I'm pretty sure. If it is SD Kartana, that could be a little scary, but I mean, Moonblast is still doing decent enough damage because Kartana has like no special defense. Moonblast, of course, bops Hydreigon, and this thing is also like meant to, you know, click Leech Seed in front of the Hydreigon on a switch, because you know it can't affect Hydreigon because Dark types are immune to Prankster, as I learned the hard way, like almost 2 years ago now. Okay, so yeah, his other physical attackers, Aerodactyl. I really don't take much from an Aerial-Ace with a couple Cotton Guards up. Piloswine, I can 1v1 that most of the time, unless like he keeps clicking Icicle Crash in front of my Cotton Guards. Eventually, I think he would chip me down and win the 1v1 eventually. But if I can just get up the first Cotton Guard before he sends in the Piloswine, then I should be able to win the 1v1 pretty easily. It's also nice for Kling Klang, you know, if I want to set up and get me that extra defense and try to, like, you know, live a hit. Or I could just click Leech Seed before, so I can check it down. I don't know. But yeah, that's the Whimsicott set, and that's the team. This is a really... Man, this has really... I guess I should mention for the Infernape that I really don't need speed investment. Because... What do I need to outspeed? Kartana, that's gonna try to outspeed me anyway. Hydreigon, I don't expect him to bring it, and even if he does, I click Mach Punch in front of it. Necrozma, I think that's one I might be outspeeding. Max Speed Necrozma, which I know he wouldn't run because Tyler doesn't run Max Speed on stuff. Kling Klang, that's really about it. So I don't need much speed there. I have a lot of HP investment, so I can take less from Flare Blitz and crap. So let's hop right into the game. Bloop. So as you can see, he does indeed bring the Hydra, which I really had to prep for that. So he brings the Aerodactyl, Aromatisse, Toxapex, Monferno, which was a bit weird. Again, Hydra, and the Piloswine. So I'm going to lead with the Infernape. Why did I lead Infernape? Maybe I just wanted to pressure his lead. I think... Okay, I guess it's because I figured he would lead, like, you know, Piloswine, and I want to at least pressure that before pulling a switch. Since they don't have U-turn, I can't exactly, like, get momentum or anything, but... Yeah, he's going to lead his Mega Aerodactyl against my Infernape. And we played this game a little while back, maybe a couple weeks ago, so, again... I don't really remember what happens. We're going to go with the flow and see what happens, because I'm very professional like that. I also don't really care. So, I'm going to send in Ape, of course. So with the arrow, as I already said. Of course, my Ape is a setup variant, so I can't exactly do anything to it right now. So I'm going to pull a switch hard into Steelix. He could try to predict that, but it just makes more sense for him to just set his rocks here if he wants to do that, or if he wants to go that route. So the Steelix switch is pretty free. If he predicted that switch and clicked Taunt, okay, it's not the end of the world. I can just click Dragon Tail the next turn on the Hydra switch. So this seems like a pretty free switch in for me, as he's going to go for the Aerial-Ace, probably fearing, like, anything Infernape might want to do. Like, maybe he's fearing, like, a lead rock set. Yeah, that does nothing. We revealed that we're lefties, and he is going to pull the switch here, as I believe I take this opportunity to set up rocks. He's going to hide into Hydra. Do I set up rocks? Yeah, I just set up rocks. So rocks are up. I don't remember what his removers are. And in fact, I don't think he has very many. Hydra could have fog. And that might be it, unless I'm stupid. Oh, and arrow, yeah. So here I'm going to pull a switch because I do want to keep this thing healthy, and I'm going to go to Lamola to scout for how much damage his moves are going to be doing. So he goes for the Dark Pulse here. That's doing a lot of damage. And I don't know if I calced it wrong. I don't know if it was just like a high roll, but it seemed like, for some reason I thought he was Specs. So with that in mind, I am going to pull a switch into Whimsicott, so I can sponge up a hit, and I can set up Leech Seeds on the switch, because he doesn't stay in here. There's no way he would stay in under any circumstance. What is he? I think he's switching to Toxapex here? No, he's going to go right back down to Aerodactyl. And here I was very close. Very close to just clicking Cotton Guard, because realistically, I'm not taking much from the Aerial Ace. I think, no, maybe it was Aerial Ace I was taking 37 to 44. I don't remember. Maybe it was both. But at +3 after the Cotton Guard, I'm not taking all that much, and I am chipping him down with Leech Seed. So I was so close to clicking Cotton Guard, but he pulls the double into his Monferno, predicting my Steelix to come in. So I mean, my play was pretty obvious. So good job to Tyler for making that double. That and I feel really stupid for making that play. So of course I have to pull the switch here. One Preserve Steelix. I'm gonna go into a Lomomola since I ran the Calyx Monferno, can't do jack to Aloe, even with a Thunder Punch. Like, he clicked a Thunder Punch in front of a Steelix. I gotta give props to this man, but it doesn't do anything, so there was no risk for me going Aloe. So I'm gonna just go straight for the Wish, because again, that's pretty free. As he's gonna have Slack off here. And I believe... I think this thing is Eviolite, yeah. I don't think that's been officially revealed. Because he just took Rocky Helmet and Rocks. Yeah, so now that I have the Wish up, he's going to switch into Hydra. And I'm going to go for the Liquidation. Oh, I guess, yeah, I just wanted to get damage on Monferno. So, yeah. Now that Hydra's in, like I said, I still have this. I'm still thinking this thing is Specs, so this is a free Protect for me. I can scout to see what move I think he's going to lock himself into. But he clicks Taunt. So I'm thinking, is he actually Specs Taunt? There's no way. Maybe he's Black Glasses. So now he goes for the Dark Pulse. So he is not Choice Specs. So I don't know what I was doing with my Calyx, but I'm going to go for the Wake Up Slap here and get a little bit more chip on him. So I can only assume he has Roost, so he's probably Stallbreaker with 2 offensive moves, Dark Pulse and something else. But actually, I'm going to pause it so I can talk about that for a sec. So he's revealed Dark Pulse and Taunt. If he is Stallbreaker, he's got to have Roost. I mean, that just makes sense. He's got to have Roost on the bulky Hydra, which I'm pretty sure it was revealed to be bulky from the Wake Up Slap damage. So that means he can only have one more coverage move. And there isn't a coverage move he can have that hits both Whimsicott and Infernape. He has Dark Pulse, and if he had Fire Blast, he couldn't hit Ape. If he has Earth Power, he can't hit Whimsicott. So one of the 2 Mons will be able to just come in for free and scare him out. So I gotta keep both of those healthy so I can, like, try to do that thing. And if he doesn't have, and if he has, like, both Earth Power and Fire Blast, then he doesn't have Roost, so I'm getting permanent chip on him. So I'm gonna go into Infernape here, on what could be a Dark Pulse or a Fire Blast or something like that. So I felt like Infernape was a pretty good call. So I'm gonna pull a double here because there's no way he can stay in. I think I predicted Toxapex. He's going to switch out Hydra, and he is indeed going to go into Pex. My good pal Killer Keemstar. And I think the recording is lagging. Awesome. So now Toxapex is in. And Mew is... Holy crap, this recording is lagging. What the hell? Blah. Wow, okay, I'm gonna try that one again. Holy crap. Hi and hello, we're back. It's been a while, so I think it has something to do with pausing the recording, so I'm not gonna pause it. But the recording got super laggy here, so I'm gonna pull the double into Mew. As he does go into Toxapex. So we're back. It's been like over a week since the previous part of this recording, but everything got super laggy. I tried to record this again just like a few minutes ago, but it was still laggy. Like I said, I think it has something to do with me pausing it, so... I doubled into Mew there, on the Toxapex switch, and so now I doubled into Whimsicott on... the Pillow Swine. Yeah, that's... I don't think that's what I expected him to switch into, but he went into Pillow Swine. I think I was expecting the Hydra. So now I'm just going to set up a Cotton Guard, because I'm expecting the rocks, but even if he does go for the Icicle Crash, I should still be able to eat it up decently well. And, I should be able to set up in front of this thing, but he does go straight for the Icicle Crash, so... we will see that does about half, which is kind of more than I expected. I don't remember if this thing was attack invested or not. It might have been. Might have been why I thought it was supposed to do less than that, but, I do need to set up a Leech Seed here, because I don't have a lot of reliable sustain. It's just like lefties and Leech Seeds. And if he just keeps going for the Icicle Crashes, then I'm not going to be able to heal up enough. I'm not going to be healing more than I'm taking, so over time I will be chipped down. So I really need to set up another Cotton Guard now that I have Seeds up. He knows that, I know that. So he's probably just going to go for another Icicle Crash here. With that in mind, I am just going to go for another Cotton Guard. I should be able to take up another... I should be able to eat up another Icicle Crash decently well, now that I am at +6 instead of +3. Icicle Crash is incoming, and it does do some pretty good damage, as you'll see, but I am able to survive in the red. And I'm able to heal her back up. Right back up, basically to where I was before. So I am able to sub up here if I want to, but I do think, I think that he's doing enough to break my sub, so I'm just going to go straight for the offensive. I do want to click Moonblast here just so I can chip him down faster, but he's going to pull a switch into the Monferno. So Monferno's going to take a little bit more chip from both rocks and the Moonblast. Would have been cool if I went for the double seeds, but I just wanted the damage. Monferno's down to half. Whimsicott is healing back up to half itself. So now I'm going to pull a switch, as I do want to preserve Whimsicott. I got to keep it healthy for the Hydreigon. So I'm just going to go straight into a Lomomola, as we already established. He can't really do jack to it. He's going to go for the Fire Blast, which it misses, but it wouldn't have really done anything, so it doesn't really matter. Now he's going to go for the Slack Off, keep his Monferno healthy. Do I just go for the... I think I went for the Wake Up Slap here, predicting the Hydreigon switch. Because I got to keep that Hydreigon low. Especially if he doesn't have Roost, but I do expect him to have Roost. But I would be forcing him to click Roost. That's the thing. Now he's going to pull a switch into Toxapex. On my wish, I believe. So Toxapex is in. I'm going to set up the wish, of course. And I don't want a Lomomola to get poisoned. I expect he either clicks like T-Spikes or Toxic. So with that in mind, I'm going to go into Steelix. And on the off chance he clicks Scald, it's okay. He can't kill me, and I just heal it right back up anyway. In hindsight, I guess it doesn't make a lot of sense to go into Steelix. I could have gone to, like, Rotom, but he did go for the knockoff there, which, I guess it's good I didn't go into Rotom, because I would have been taking decent damage from that. I do want to keep Rotom healthy for the Pillow Swine as well. So now I'm going to pull a double into the Rotom, because I figured if he goes for the offensive, he's going for the Scald, and otherwise he's probably going to pull a switch. He does pull a switch, but he goes into the Hydreigon. That's like the last thing I want Rotom to see. So with that in mind, I gotta pull a switch here, and it's gotta be into Infernape, because I know he's gotta go for the Roost if he has it. Otherwise, Dark Pulse just for good damage, or he might go for a Fire Blast, predicting Whimsicott, but he's gonna go for the Roost. So now I have Infernape against Hydra. I know he has to save Hydra, because it really does pressure a lot of my team. It really stops, like, Rotom, Mew. He doesn't know it stops Mew, but, I do know that he's gonna pull a switch here. He does go to Toxapex, and I'm gonna set up a Swords Dance. I know this thing is Black Sludge, so after the rocks, Earthquake should be able to one-shot. And this is where Tyler messaged me on Discord and says that he misgenned, and the Toxapex was supposed to be Shukaberry. So, I'm just going to let this play out as I talk about that. If I had seen that he wasn't Black Sludge, I probably would have had it in my head that he could very well be Shukaberry. That would make a lot of sense in the matchup. Would I have scouted? I don't know. Because if Toxapex, of course, is a dedicated switch-in, I know that he's Shukaberry, so I can pull the switch, but at the same time, his Scald isn't going to be doing a ton to me. It would have been doing like about half. So Infernape would have taken damage, but I would have lived, and I would have been able to still dent his team, just not quite this much. But now he's into Hydra, and I know he's baiting the Mach Punch. He's going to pull the switch into Aromatisse here, but at the same time, I don't lose much by just attacking what's in front of me. And it's just the safer play, so with that in mind, I'm just going to go for the Mach Punch here. Aromatisse is going to be taking damage. And I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz now, because, again, attacking what's in front of me. And I do believe if he's fully Fizz-Def, he's just barely out of Earthquake range, so I'm not going to risk that. I am just going to go straight for the Flare Blitz as he switches into Piloswine. So Piloswine's going to be dropping to this, because that is a +2 Flare Blitz from an Infernape. And now his last 3 bonds are the Aromatisse, Monferno, and Hydreigon. I know he's just going to keep baiting attacks like that, have me die to Life Orb Recoil. So at some point I am going to have to make a bit of a prediction, but I really don't. Even if I just attack what's in front of me over and over and I die to Life Orb Recoil, I still have enough mons left to win the game. So now, I'm not going to pause it, but I click Flare Blitz here because my parents are triple gay, they turn off the Wi-Fi late at night, I'm 19 years old, and they still give me a bedtime. Since it was the weekend, the Wi-Fi restriction was to 1 in the morning. We were playing at 12:55 or so I was clicking my move super fast. I clicked Flare Blitz there without really thinking about it when Aromatisse was in Earthquake range. So it's really stupid that I didn't click Earthquake there, because Inferno would have been able to pick up that kill. So now I was going to switch into Aromatisse. I considered going for the Mach Punch, but I knew he was baiting it, so Earthquake didn't really lose me anything. I knew he was baiting the Mach Punch because, you know, Monferno could have priority. So yeah, Aromatisse is going to drop to the Earthquake, and now Steelix is going to pick up the kill on the Monferno because of rocks, which I really wanted Inferno to get the kill, because it is my kill leader. And now that Monferno drops his last amount of Hydreigon, and of course I just click Mach Punch here. So Inferno's going to die to Life Orb Recoil. Again, I'm really kicking myself for not clicking Earthquake, but at the end of the day, I mean, I still won, but it didn't really feel like a fair win, because, again, Tyler misgenned, and he didn't have Shokaberry on his Toxapex. I mean, he was the one genning his team, it wasn't someone else genning for him. So, I mean, that's really unfortunate. Can't really call it a good game, I guess, so I don't really know how I'm supposed to respond. I mean, props to Tyler for playing the game well, and on the good prep, if his sets were correct, he would have been in a much better shape to win. It's hard to say what would have happened from there. Like I said, Infernape would have still been able to put a dent in his team. I know he would not have risked Hydreigon because he knows that Infernape and Whimsicott are really the only things that scare it. So with that in mind, I would not have gone for the fighting move on Hydro, that's for dang sure, if I did want to stay in and set up in front of the Pex. Rather, click Earthquakes in front of it. Click Earthquake in front of the Pex. So, yeah. We won 5-0. I mean, I'm glad that I won, but at the same time, like I said, it doesn't really feel right, and I do feel bad for Tyler, because he didn't deserve to have that happen to him. It should have been a much closer game than it actually was, so. Now we're sitting at 5-4. Our next games are against Kress, Jacob, and Darude. If we win 2 of those, I believe we are in a good spot to make playoffs over Austin. We just have to get up the differential a bit, because my differential is pretty bad right now. This 5-0 was very good for it, of course, but should have been a 6-0, but it should have been more like a 2-0. Let's be real. If the game would have played out all the way, I might have even lost, but yeah, I'm not really sure what to say. Can't really call it a good game. So thank you guys for watching. See you next week, and by next week I mean later today, because this is a very late upload when I take on Kress and upload that game for IBL Week 10. So thank you guys for watching. See you then.